සරසරටම එකතු වෙන ජය පිටියක්
රටවල් 20ක් අවුරුදු එකහමාරක් වගේ ඇතුළත අභිබවලා ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. ඒක මම හිතන්නේ පාපන්දු ශේෂ්ත්‍රය අපිට විශාල ජයග්‍රහණයක්. තව මෙතිනුත් ඉස්සරහට ගිහිල්ලා අපිට ආසියාවේ හොඳම කණ්ඩායම් බවට පත් වෙන්න අපි උත්සාහ දරමින් ඉන්නවා.
අපි දිනමු ජය ගමන පෙරට අපි දිනමු
ක්‍රීඩකයන් අතර පාපන්දු ක්‍රීඩාව ජනප්‍රිය කරන්න අපි විශාල උත්සාහයක් ගනිමින් ඉන්නවා.
සරටම එකතු වෙන ජය පිටියක්
අපිට මේ අවුරුද්දේ අපි උත්සාහ ගන්න ඊළඟට අපිට එන දකුණු ආසියානු පාපන්දු තරඟාවලියේ කුසලානය දිනා ගන්න අපි තරඟ කරන්න තමයි අපි සැලසුම් කරන්නේ. අවුරුදු 31කට පස්සේ අපි මේ උත්සාහය ගන්න. මොකද අපි අවුරුදු 31කින් කුසලානය ජයග්‍රහණය කළා නැහැ. ඉතින් ඒ වෙනුවෙන් අපි වැඩසටහන් ගණනාවක් හදලා තියෙනවා.
දිනමු හැම බන්දු පාපන්දු දිනමු 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 නැත වේද නැත වාද රට දිනන තැනට හැමදේම
finds a pass. Here's an opportunity. What a shot! And Leon Barrera racks the network for the home side in what was an absolutely beautiful move for Sri Lanka. Sam Duran down this left flank, running into space, squares it, and what an assist! Oh, what a play!
Went through the first 40. Silva making a break in the corner, drives it in the middle, and that's the first goal. It's Raja Mohan.
The 2-goal cushion will really put Chinese Taipei out of this tie. And once again now, De Silva, as we mentioned about that 2-goal cushion.
Here's Swazik driving that in. That's the third goal for Sri Lanka.
From range, and that's been the kind of day, but Kellogg makes no mistake to give for Sri Lanka.
is a shot, and that's the first goal.
You are our family and we are your family. This family together, we need to take this game forward that the country went through in 2022 in terms of economy, in terms of business, education, Aragalaya. Then again, we went through a suspension period. So lots of hardship. But one thing we had in common was we were together. Whatever the differences we had in the past or in football, when it come to football, when it come to federation, when it come to governance, we all of us were united together. We fought against the suspension. We fought against the interference. We fought against political involvements, but all 67 we were together. This unity is something that makes us different from all other sports. We have 78 sports, I think, in the country registered, but we are so much of different. We are different from other sports because when it comes to important matters, national matters, government matters, we are together. This is the only way our game, our country's football can go forward. Sometimes we'll have differences, sometimes we'll have opinions, sometimes we'll have elections. It doesn't matter. We can have our own opinion. You can choose whoever you want. That's different. But when we are together, if you want to protect our game, if you want to take our game, we are one family.
චමින්ද නීල් ස්ටේන්වල් මෙම පුහුණු පාඨමාලාවේ ප්‍රධාන උපදේශක විදියට කටයුතු කරනවා. ඉතින් මේ පාඨමාලාවේ ගොඩක් අපි කතා කරන්නේ ටෙක්නිකල් ටැක්ටිකල් සම්බන්ධව දේවල්, විශේෂයෙන්ම ග්‍රාස් රූට් වයසේ ළමයටත් යූත් ළමයටත් අපි මොනවද අපි පුහුණුවීම් වලදී ලබා දෙන්න ඕන කියලා. ඉතින් මේක මම විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ කෝස් එක පටන් ගන්න ඕනේ කියලා ලංකාවට හඳුන්වා දෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා කල්පනා කරේ. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ පාපන්දු ඇකඩමි දැන් ගොඩාක් බිහි වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම පාසලට, ඒ වගේම සමාජගත කරන්න. එතකොට මේ ඇකඩමි වල ඉන්න කෝචස්ලා ඒගොල්ලෝ හරහා තමයි මේ දැනුම ග්‍රාස් රූට් ළමයට යන්නේ. විශාල සංඛ්‍යාවක් ඇකඩමි වල පුහුණුවීම් ලබනවා. නමුත් මම හිතනවා මේ කෝචස්ලාට මේ නොලෙජ් එක යන්න ඕනේ. ඒ නිසා මේ පාඨමාලාව ඔබ හදාරනවා කියන්නේ පුහුණු කරුවෙක් විදිහට රටේ අනාගතේ මීට වැඩිය හොඳ තැනකට අපේ රටේ ක්‍රීඩකයන්ව ගෙනියන්න පුළුවන්. බොහොම ස්තුතියි.
මම හර්ෂිනී මදුෂානි ගම්පහ තක්ෂිලා විද්‍යාලයෙන්. ඇත්තට මම හිතන්නේ ගොඩාක් අත්දැකීම් ගත්තා. අපි බොහොම පිරිසක් මේත් එක්ක එකතු වුණා. සියලුම දෙනා මම හිතනවා ගොඩාක් පාපන්දු හැකියාව කුසලතා වර්ධනය කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා A to Z කියලා දෙනවා. ඒක ඇත්තටම වටිනවා. C license course එක එහා ගිහිල්ලා මේ ප්‍රායෝගික ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් පුහුණුවීම් ගොඩාක් අපිට ලැබලා දුන්නා. ඒ තුලින් මම හිතනවා රටේ අනාගතයට මේක හරියට ක්‍රියාවට නැන්නුවොත් රටේ අනාගතේ හොඳ පාපන්දු ක්‍රීඩකයන් බිහි කරීමේ හැකියාව අපි සියලු දෙනාටම තියෙනවා. සියලු දෙනාටම මම ආරාධනා කරනවා මේ පුහුණුවීම්ගේ වලින් ගන්න පුළුවන් උපරිම ප්‍රතිඵල අරගෙන රටේ අනාගත දක්ෂ පාපන්දු ක්‍රීඩකයන් බිහි කරමු කියලා.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் டிலக்ஷன் நொதர்ன் ப்ரவின்ஸ் மன்னாரில் இருந்து வந்திருக்கிறேன். கிராஸ் ரூட் கோச்சிங் கோர்ஸுக்கு வந்திருக்கிறேன். இது உண்மையிலே ஒரு பிரயோசனமான பயனுள்ள ஒரு கோர்ஸ். ஸ்கூல் கோச்சர்ஸ், டீச்சர்ஸ், ஃபுட்பாலில் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கிற எல்லாருமே கட்டாயம் இந்த கோர்ஸஸை நீங்கள் ஃபாலோ பண்ணணும். லாங்குவேஜ் பிரச்சனை இங்கே இல்லை. கட்டாயம் இந்த கோர்ஸை நீங்கள் எல்லோரும் ஃபாலோ பண்ணுங்கள். இது ஒரு வெளிவான கோர்ஸ். இதற்கால ஒரு ஃப்யூச்சர் உங்களை ஃபுட்பாலில் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கிறவங்களை வளர்க்குறதுக்கு ஒரு பிரயோசனமான கோர்ஸாக அமையும்.
Hi, my name is Reginald Eroshin. I love this game because this is something that everyone should love in Sri Lanka, not just in Sri Lanka. If you see, if you take the international grounds, everyone loves football. I thought I want to do this professionally, and when I was looking into it in the academy itself, I was introduced to Football Federation Sri Lanka, and I was announced that there is a course that you can do from the beginning itself. From grassroots to D license, C license, A license, and every other license that is capable of me coaching for even local and international football teams. If you are interested, if you are a player, and if you are looking forward to do something about this sport for the international or the local market, where students can learn football, where you would love to teach about football, this would be the perfect course. If you want to start somewhere, grassroots coaching sessions will be the first fundamental stuff where you can learn a lot of things that even most of mainstream players doesn't know. So if you love the game, play the game, or learn it and teach it.
On a cloudy evening in Sugadadasa, it's the table toppers Ratnam Sports Club set to take on Upcountry Lions. It's week 5 of match number 23 as Ratnam, sitting at the foot of the table, take on Upcountry outfit that has impressed throughout these first 4 games, scoring 16 goals to it. a bit cloudy here at Sugatadasa, but there is a bit of wind, and the weather, it looks like it will be 30 degrees as we prepare for what looks like Navod, David and Goliath battle.
Yes, indeed, Romario. An uphill task for Ratnam here today. As you can see, Upcountry Lions sitting comfortably on top of this Super League 2026 points table. 4 out of 4, having scored 16 goals and having only conceded twice. And 12 points. Ratnam without any points and having conceded 17 in their four games. Just over 4 goals conceded per game. Ratnam, they conceded 10 of those in one match, and Upcountry Lions will be looking to extend this lead and have a gap of 4 points at the end of this match after the 5 matches. Renown, 3 wins, 2 draws, in second place. These are some of the results from week 5. Blue Eagles against Colombo. Colombo winning 1-0, courtesy of a goal from Umar Shakil. And Renown versus Red Star, an important point gained by Red Star against Renown in today's game starting at 3:30, as well as the Defenders versus Seahawks, Battle of the Forces on Monday, and on Tuesday New Youngs against Blue Star. Slightly cloudy conditions, as Romario mentioned. Cooler. Both teams would appreciate these conditions. Ratnam in their warm-ups have a new face in their lineup in Albert Shoki Hakim. We will bring that starting lineup just before kickoff. Here's that man in jersey number 9. An important role, together with Sasanga Dilhar, the skipper, against this star-studded Upcountry Lions lineup. They've made some changes, given a break for Kavish Lakpriya, who hasn't had much to do. Their skipper in the first 4 games. Ahmad Sharif will be the custodian for today's game. A few of the starting players will be on the bench, but the strength remains the same for Upcountry Lions.
I think a lot will be expected from Benjamin York as he leads the line, or rather is expected to lead the line for Upcountry Lions. And Ratnam, there will be no doubt hoping for some respite, as this season has gone from bad and it's going fast towards worse. 0 points to their name, with the Lions sitting pretty on top of the table. Week number 5, well, we are halfway through it, and we will no doubt be expecting quite a few goals in this game, and there will not be too many questions who we will be expecting it from as well. Ratnam, on the other hand, have yet to disturb the scorers. As we have a look at their fixtures so far, they have played 4 games and not scored a single goal as yet, while they have been able to concede 17 goals. And by the looks of it, this season is going from bad to worse quite fast They will be hoping for some respite though. On the other hand, the upcountry team, they have had a sublime start to the season, scoring goals from pretty much everywhere, and they have managed 16 for themselves, with the defense also holding quite firm, having conceded only twice throughout these 4 fixtures. Season will go on till midway September for this team in the first round, and they will no doubt be looking to compile as many goals as possible. Ratnam, well, they have contrasting differences and are yet to be able to disturb them. Sudadasa pitch looks much greener than we have seen it, with a bit of rain in the air, but we are in for a thrilling game. It is the table toppers upcountry set to take on Ratnam in what promises many goals, and the viewers will all be hoping for a bit as well, a bit of fireworks, but you never know these games. And we can also see though on the statistics that margins are getting tighter as much as one expects them. There is a bit of leniency towards the latter part of teams conceding, because defenses are now much more oiled and have played with each other for a bit more longer. Support for the local Ratnam outfit can be heard, but I'm sure they will not be having too many expectations from their team, as Harsha Fernando leads Upcountry Lions. Sasanga Dilhara, a former Sri Lankan representative, will be bringing out the Ratnam outfit, as the youngsters carry the flag of FFSL. The players shortly make their way into the field. We have some experienced match officials as well. It's good to see the two teams making their way out. Much expected. You can decide from who though, as Upcountry Lions make their way in alongside Ratnam. Teams getting to know each other before they kick off this encounter. Quite a bit of strapping around the neck of T-Boy Francis. On the receiving end, unfortunately, as the official photographs are to be taken prior to this game kicking off. Good to see the increase in the number of players now for in red. The two teams using two different formats for their photographs. In full strength and grinning year to year, the boys from upcountry will no doubt be happy to be taking on this Ratnam outfit now.
Yes, I think they'll be looking to add on to their individual goal scoring stats as well. Benjamin York, of course, leading the top scorers list, which includes Mohammad Aqib, Naveen Jude, as well as Mohammad Isan. Isan on the bench today, but we have Naveen Jude and Aqib in the lineup. No strangers. The number 30 and the number 3, Sasanga Dilhara and Harsha Fernando, both of whom have played with and against each other. Referee for today, Sashanka Madhushanka. He'll be assisted by the experienced Sampath Linagunawardana and Ishara Ratnayaka, the fourth official being Taranga Pushpakumara. Match commissioner Sinan Rasik and referee assessor, former FIFA referee Tilan Pereira, and the local general coordinator being Ravin Rajakaruna. Blues against the Reds. Ratnam, Mohammad Hamadan, Francis Shigaruba, Kaushal Pereira, Alphonse Chris Raj, Albert Shwaki Hakim, Spriti John, Jesu Hassan, Manoj Kumar Nikesh, Sir Kumar Yogesh Raj, Mohammad Salif, Sasanga Dilhar, the skipper, and Thiventera Mevin Shan, the goalkeeper. Manjula Sirisena back as the head coach after a few weeks. Kasum Jayasuri, his assistant, was leading the team. The substitutes: Nazrin Naiman, Tuan Umar, Muhammad Safrik, Muhammad Sharik, Krishna Swami, Divyam, Muhammad Nawab, Muhammad Afsal, and Shehan Silvera making up the bench for Ratnam, while for Upcountry Lions, Ahmad Sharif getting his first start of the Super League. Harsha Fernando, the stand-in skipper for Kavish Lakpriya. Mohammad Aqib, Zarban Johar, Mohammad Azad, Jude Suban, Naveen Jude, Mohammad Akil, Abdul Rahman Yahya, Da Costa Impem, and Benjamin York making up the 11 for the Lions as Ratnam kicks off. Deep kick, Sharif. A bit of trouble in the first few seconds. Mpem. Mohammad Akil back to Mpem. To Jude Suban. Sarwan Johar. Not the first touch he would have liked, but they still have possession. Lions and Fazul Rahman testing out his bench strength today. In a comfortable position as Naveen Jude. Here's the first touch for the new man, Albert Shoki Hakim for Ratnam. Zarwan. Trying a through ball for Naveen Jude.
Ratnam unable to get their foot on the ball as a very fluent up-country team have assumed control of these first 2 minutes. Kristuraj just been penalized there for bringing the man down. Ball been passed forward there, but easy work for the goalkeeper. He launches quite hopefully, but straight into the hands of the opposition goalkeeper, Ahmad. Country lands through Harsha Fernando. Looking for options, surveying and diagonally finds his man, but good piece of defense there from the Ratnam player, getting in the way and diffusing anything very soon. But here's a lovely turn, an opportunity, early chance for Upcountry, and that's the first goal. Benjamin York, well, it took him just 3 minutes and 45 seconds as he finds the back of the net, and just as we expected, the league leaders make the breakthrough, and Ratnam now must make sure that the game does not open up as it did on your screen. And well, a poacher's finish, you could say. He waited and waited, and once a ball arrived to him, Benjamin York, a good enough player to know where the back of the net is, and finds it with extreme ease. Ratnam, for them, quite a used situation to find themselves in, having shipped early goals, not on the first occasion. The keeper, well, he finds himself in a bit of trouble. Does Tevin Mevinshan. Benjamin York, there's the confirmation in that number 77 jumper. This has been the story for Ratnam. Unfortunately, they have not been able to hold out opponents, and once they start to ship goals now, they do in quite the numbers.
Yes, and not the start they would have liked, Ratnam. Conceding an early goal inside 4 minutes. You'd expect them to Bimo, strong chance. Now in Jude. It's back in, takes a shot. This time blocked away. Lattering into Shoki Hakim. Was Mpem by the looks of it? Or was it Jude Suban? It was Jude Suban. Lucky not to get a yellow card. Was nowhere close to getting the ball. Jude Suban.
Both players going extremely hard for that and clattering into each other. And here you can see on your screen the effects of that blow. Like you rightly said, he was quite lucky there not to get booked. Jude Suban. Sasanga Dillar. Well, in fact, Kaushala Pereira. Hoping his newly found star will be able to shine a bit bright. But he leaves the field for a bit of treatment as T-Boy Francis lines up and gives his valuable input as well, throwing as many bodies forward and hoofs it upfield, but no takers as possession is the only thing that switches hands. Now Da Costa with their opponents sitting so deep, it's providing plenty of opportunity and time, and the two visitors linking up quite well. Unfortunately, just a bit too eager there was the goal scorer Benjamin York. And on the positive note, it's good to see that Ratnam are trying to bring their defenses up a bit, but ball retention is as important, and doing it has been quite a challenge for this Ratnam outfit. A hopeful cross going in, but again no takers as the Lions tried to break, but it was soon diffused. Manjula Sirisena. Well, in fact, that's the name you find on the team sheet. Now going through the center, keeping hold of the ball is Upcountry Lions with nothing really on. Da Costa has to go back and clean things up for his team. Beautiful bit of footwork there. Yeah, that was, but again this time it is Akib been found offside. Benjamin York has topped the goal tallies and continues to do so. 10 minutes gone. An early goal for Upcountry sees themselves sitting comfortably. Turn in beautifully was Jude Suban.
Azad back to Mpem. Mpem finding Navin Jude on the left. On the edge of the box is Yahya. Takes a shot. Doesn't have the power. Azad. Suman. Back to Yahya. Here's Akib. This time on the left. On the right rather.
An enticing delivery there, but unfortunately no takers. Supporters quite eagerly watching on as Harsha Fernando prepares to go long. Flat, but receives it back, does Fernando. Not the best of passes there. However, they themselves will receive another throw in. Upcountry Lions. Receives it back, does Fernando. Trying to go low rather than high. The ball falls back at the Upcountry Lions players' feet, but not the best of passers there, as Da Costa cleans things up for his team along with his keeper, and looking for that early ball was Zarvan, but unfortunately mistiming it. No real takers there for Ratnam. Ratnam will no doubt be hoping now that this game doesn't open up too fast.
Yeah, I think they would realize that, and once the Lions get into their half, they sit deep and compact. Hakim almost being the lone man up front. Harsha. Yes, Harsha. Ball cleared away. Hakim gets the ball. A hopeful ball up front for Yogesh Raj to run onto, but it's Upcountry Lions who has the ball. Azad. Yahya. Zarvan trying to find Benjamin York. Looks like a Ratnam player is down in the Lions half. Left ankle needing some attention. That was the incident. Not any malice behind it. It was just Azad's standing on the foot of Alphonse Christoraj while trying to turn. Loves the Ratnam players to have just a small break. Hakim. Yes, Yogesh Raj. On his left. cross. No one there. Comfortable clearance. Ratnam still playing with 10. Azad. Nice ball to find Naveen Jude once again. Here's Yahya on the edge of the box. Surrounded by 2. Yahya finds York, takes a shot, and that's the second. Wonderful bit of play by Upcountry Lions on the left. Firstly, Azad finding Naveen Jude. Jude lifting his head up and finding Yahya. And finally Yahya getting the pass to Benjamin York, who takes just one touch and sends the ball past the goalkeeper Divendra Mevinshan.
A precise finish there by the forward, and he continues on his merry way, does Benjamin York, as now the team in blue. They just need to tighten the screws a bit. Will not want it to be too bad, as a good save comes, but still pressure, and that's the third goal by Yahya himself, from provider to scorer. And well, they seem to be enjoying themselves, the upcountry players. There you see, turns expertly and puts it over the dive-in keeper. The keeper was always going to the floor, and Yahya knew that if he had been able to raise it over him, it'll no doubt find the back of the net, and that's exactly what he did. Upcountry Lions, they seem to be running away with it, and we are just in the 18th minute of the game.
Substitution for Ratnam. Jersey number 7, Alphonse Kristuraj, is replaced by jersey number 14, Mohammad Sharif.
Change coming in, as they hope for a bit of change in fortune as well, do the Ratnam players. They just need to somehow figure out a way to keep hold of possession, because turning it over does not help their cause. Upcountry Lions reassuming control in the game and making their opponent pay, not once but twice. Now Naveen with his quick feet dances past 1, past 2, but is unable to get it into the danger area. Harsha Fernando brought down, but the referee says stand back up, mate. Trying to dribble their way forward are the Ratnam players. Need to be a bit more careful there with possession. However, one back as they look to mount an attack, but soon diffused. Naveen Jude on his bike. Now will he be able to get the cross in? Yes, he does, but Francis T-Boy comes good as he clears his lines, but the danger is still not over now.
Yeah, majority of these attacks coming on this left side. Naveen Jude is operating, lot of space given. And no one there in support as Razar Vanjoha puts in not his best free kicks, corners rather. Harsha, Zarwan towards the far post. Keep just tad bit beyond him.
Quite a satisfied looking bench there for the upcountry team, and why not? 22 minutes into the game, 3 goals to the good, and Ratnam, well, they are looking woeful. They will no doubt be hoping for a bit of change in fortunes, but none of that has happened as they mount an attack, but again lacking speed. Now another pass displaced, this time Francis, as the upcountry players through Harsha Fernando look and find, picks the pass, flag, it does not go up, and that is the 4th goal. What a lovely finish there by Akib, but we should also not forget that pass picked out precisely by Harsha Fernando, and the run, and add to that the finish as well. So sublime bit of play by the Ratnam forward in that famous number 7 jump. The keeper trying to rush him, but Akib too good a player to be rushed, as things are going from bad to worse rapidly. Naveen again down that left wing. He has electric pace, does the winger, and has been bothering his opponents from the get-go. Off his right from Naveen Jude, goes deep, but the defense does well. Still in danger. Da Costa wins back possession and restarts the attack. Yahya with a sublime dummy. York has been found. Will he be able to wriggle his way past him? No, he isn't. Cross comes in as Mevinshan punches it away. Looking to counter. Unfortunately, the striker finds himself in the wrong part of the field, but wins the ball back. A bit of cracks opening up. Here's a chance, and that is the first goal for Ratnam, scored by the substitute Mohammad Sharik. And what a bit of play there by the forwards, linking up well. And well, it took them a bit of time, but on the 25th minute mark, Sharik gets to the end of that header. Looked like it was assisted on the way by Salif, but they will not worry how it came as long as it did. Looped over the keeper Ahmad Sharif, and well, they will no doubt be pleased, will Ratnam, to have found the back of the net, Navod, on the stroke of the hydration break.
Yes, and that's the first goal they've scored in the season. Taken them 4+ games. And an opportunity for them to regroup. from this hydration break. Kasun Jayasuriya barking out instructions. They held on well from the 4th minute after that first goal up until the 17th minute, where Benjamin York scored the second. Since then, Lions have scored thrice in the 17th, 19th and the 23rd minute before Sharik pulled one goal back for Ratnam in the 25th.
Goals galore in this match here in the Super League. Table toppers versus the team at the bottom. But it's good to see that Ratnam have found the back of the net for the first time in this game and this season, and now they have something to cling on to. Took them quite a bit of time, but better late than never, as Benjamin York prepares to restart the game. He will no doubt be hoping to feature a bit more prominently as well as this game progresses. Harsha Fernando. It's good to see how busy the upcountry players are. They just go looking for space, and they have technically gifted enough players to find them as well. So that's something promising and good to see, as Jude Subban looks for a pass, but before that the Ratnam skipper Sasanga Dilhara finds himself on the deck. Seems to be in quite a bit of strife. Does the skipper, and he will not be one they will be wanting to lose at this point in time. But let's have a look at the highest goal scorer of this season, Benjamin York, how he extended it not once but twice, first with his left and the second showing good composure and precisely fine in the back of the net. Yahya being the assister on both occasions. They will no doubt be hoping to combine on a few more occasions as this season progresses. A potent striker he has been, York, as Sasanga Dilhara. He seems to be stretchered off. In quite a bit of strife does the Ratnam skipper find himself, as their worries mount. Doesn't look too promising for Dilhara, as there seems to be a bit of action on the bench of the Ratnam outfit. However, they are losing more experience, and seems to be stretchered off, minus a boot as well. Play is about to resume as Jude Subban gives it out to Da Costa, and straight away back into their busy schedule goes upcountry. Their players doing tireless work. Hakim trying to find a pass, but picked off. However, the referee not happy with that, as Yahya has gone through his opponent, Shri Kumar. Free kick. It was hoiked into the box as both players went at it, and Francis, well, he finds himself taking out Sharif, but looked quite a bit serious on second viewing, but both players, well, it's the goalkeeper who finds himself in quite a bit of strife, as Francis too still on his haunchers. There was quite a bit of strapping on the back of his neck, and I'm sure that blow wouldn't have done that injury too much of help, Navod. As we have a look at the goals, this was the first goal for Benjamin York, and quite a easy roll in as he brings out his celebration. The second one more precise. He had a lot more work to do, and well, a strike of his strength, we would expect him to finish, and that was a third through the forward. And Yahya, he added the fourth goal for Upcountry. Akib with the third. A lovely finish there by the winger. Navin Jude has been the distributor, and he has had quite a bit of pace as well, finding himself on the wing, as we are back up with the game now.
Just here's Navin Jude trying to turn, getting entangled with that Ratnam play on the edge of the box. Quite a bit of injury breaks. No doubt there will be at least 6 or 7 minutes added to the first 45. Here's what happened. Entangled with Mohammad Salif. Ratnam still playing with 10. And good news for them, they have their skipper up and ready on the sidelines to come back on. He's back on now. Sasanga Dilhara still with a bit of a limp, but good to continue. Very good news for the Ratnam faithful. Navin Jude in space once again on the left. He still has the ball. And it's Kaushal Pereira who clears it.
Still danger, not averted. Harsha Fernando looks for the long throw, finds the head and loops over. Still under immense pressure are these Ratnam defenders. However, Sasanga Dillara clears for a moment as quite a dangerous passage of play comes to an end. Benjamin York, good to see a smile between two goal scorers. Mohammad Sharik, it was claiming for a foul, but nothing doing, as that replay there, looping over the keeper. Thankfully for him and Ratnam, not into the back of the net. Corner, not too much damage done, as was let bounce by Mevinchan. Naveen through the heart of the defense and he scores. That's the 5th goal. Naveen Jude. Well, you can't keep this guy out of the thick of the action too often. He goes through the heart of the defense and adds a sublime finish. Does the number 21. There's a replay there. There was no stopping him, and once he found himself one-on-one with the keeper, we all know the result. Francis missing that clearance completely. He was lured in well, and once Jude got away, there was no way that the goalkeeper was keeping him out. 5 goals in 38 minutes, and this game, well, it hasn't disappointed. The flurry continues as the 4th person finds himself on the the score sheet for Upcountry. Ratnam, there is not a moment you can relax, but what a game we are witnessing here. One team having the lion's share of it, goes for a shot there, but quite a tame effort that was. Da Costa restarts the play from behind. The ability to hold on to the possession now looks really sublime for Upcountry Lions.
Yeah, we expected that, as we see smiling Harsha Fernando, the stand-in skipper for Lions today. The long throw in to the 6-yard box, punched away, shot off the rebound, Akib. And it's Sharik who clatters into Muhammad Akil, one of the 2 marquee players in the Upcountry lineup. Abdul Rahman Yahya and Mohammad Azad standing over this ball, put over the defense.
Dealt with there by T-Boy, as the danger has still not gone too far away. Trying to get the cross in. Now York. Shot taken this time by Yahya, but off target, as the two players continue to combine, and when they do, it's quite potent. Ratnam finding ways to trouble the opponent's defense, but again possession changes hands. Jude Subban trying to pick out a pass, finds Harsha, he finds Jude, now Yahya. A reverse pass comes as Akib tries to fight for the delivery, manages to win it back. Reverse pass comes in, Naveen onside, no he isn't. The last moment the flag goes up, but he will feel a bit hard done. However, Fazul Rahman looks on, satisfied. Well, don't see too many emotions on his face. Da Costa takes it quickly, playing it through. York toe pokes, but isn't able to find the far corner. The two players, they continue to go on at each other. Does Francis and York. It would have been his hat-trick had he found the back of the net. York with a shot from distance. Upcountry supporters looking on, delighted, as charge coming in by the Ratnam players, as we have a confirmation of 3 minutes of added time coming up. Now Sasanga Dillar finds his winger, trying to find space, takes a shot, but doesn't trouble the keeper as it sails wide. Quite surprising to see that just 3 minutes are being added on, but I think adding too much time won't help the cause of Ratnam. Breaking through, cruises through, but is unable to get that cut back.
Kaushal Pereira is the man down for Ratnam, and yes, very surprising, only 3 minutes for that hydration break added. There were, I think, 3 long injury breaks. Wasn't it, Romario? One for the goalkeeper for Upcountry Lions, Ahmad Sharif. One for Alphonse Chrisuraj. And 4 actually, wasn't it? One foul by Shoki Hakim as well as the skipper for Ratnam, who had an ankle injury.
Quite generous, the fourth official, as Kaushala Perera receives a bit of treatment. Francis cheering his teammates there as the doctor, still the physio rather, still finds himself treating Kaushalya. Amidst all of that, Shoki Hakim has been booked, not too sure why, for a bit of a descent. Corner by Naveen. Here's an opportunity, sailed through Yahya. He absolutely missed and didn't make connection, but had he had done so, that no doubt would have found the back of the net. However, still leading by 4 goals, Upcountry Lions will no doubt be really pleased to be going in to half time with that scoreline. 4 different scorers find themselves on the score sheet, with Benjamin York having found the back of the net twice, Akib once, Naveen Jude and Yahya. For Ratnam, it was their substitute Mohammad Sharik who managed to loop the header over the keeper.
Ratnam 1.
We go into half-time with a scoreline, a dismal scoreline for the Ratnam team. 5 goals to 1, as Upcountry Lions, well, they will be coming out with more expectation of increase in their goal difference. Ratnam, on the other hand, will no doubt be hoping for the floodgates to close, but by the looks of it, it is a bit too late. Here are the highlights of that sublime first 45 minutes. It was Benjamin York on the 4th minute, finding the back of the net, guiding it with his left, bringing up his trademark celebration. Yahya found York for his second, as the Ratnam defense, well, it was cut open like a hot knife through butter. Yahya also was a scorer, and as he dispatched this finish over Mevinshan, they have no doubt been enjoying themselves, as Naveen Jude was it was in fact a matter of time before Akib found himself on the back of the score sheet rather, and as time was soon running out, the substitute for Ratnam, Sharik, came on and looped it over the head of Ahmad Sharif. There was quite a few collisions with Upcountry dominating, as Naveen made it 5, and well, this game soon was put to bed by the Upcountry forwards. York had the chance to make it his hat-trick, his second hat-trick, but wasn't able to find the back of the net, not once but twice. Yahya had an opportunity for himself, but that was the end of that landslide, one-sided first half. Upcountry Lions with 15 shots, 6 on target. For Ratnam, they have just managed 5 with only 1 being on target. the one that was the goal. Only one yellow card was shown to Shoki Hakim as a landslide first half comes to an end. Upcountry leading 5-1 over Ratnam. We will soon be back for the second half action on the other side.
පාපන්දුව අපිට විශේෂයි. 2023 වෙනකොට අපි හිටියේ පාපන්දු ලෝක ශ්‍රේණිගත කිරීම වල 206 වෙනි ස්ථානයේ. අපි දැන් 187 වෙනි ස්ථානය දක්වා ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සරසරටම එකතු වෙන ජය පිටියක්
රටවල් 20ක් අවුරුදු එකහමාරක් වගේ ඇතුළත අභිබවලා ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. ඒක මම හිතන්නේ පාපන්දු ශේෂ්ත්‍රය අපිට විශාල ජයග්‍රහණයක්. තව මෙතනත් ඉස්සරහට ගිහිල්ලා අපිට ආසියාවේ හොඳම කණ්ඩායම් බවට පත් වෙන්න අපි උත්සාහ දරමින් ඉන්නවා.
අපි දිනමු ජය ගමන පෙරට අපි දිනමු
ක්‍රීඩකයන් අතර පාපන්දු ක්‍රීඩාව ජනප්‍රිය කරන්න අපි විශාල උත්සාහයක් ගනිමින් ඉන්නවා. අපිට මේ අවුරුද්දේ අපි උත්සාහ ගන්න ඊළඟට අපිට එන දකුණු ආසියානු පාපන්දු තරඟාවලියේ කුසලානය දිනා ගන්න අපි තරඟ කරන්න තමයි අපි සැලසුම් කරන්නේ. අවුරුදු 31කට පස්සේ අපි මේ උත්සාහය ගන්න. මොකද අපි අවුරුදු 31කින් කුසලානය ජයග්‍රහණය කළා නැහැ. ඉතින් ඒ වෙනුවෙන් අපි වැඩසටහන් ගණනාවක් හදලා තියෙනවා.
බන්දු පාපන්දු දිනමු 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 නැත බේද නැත වාද රට දිනන තැනට හැමදේම
finds a pass. Here's an opportunity. What a shot! And Leon Ferreira wrecks the network for the home side in what was an absolutely beautiful move for Sri Lanka. Sam Duran down his left flank, running into space, squares it, and what an assist! Oh, what a play!
Went through the first 40. Silva making a break in the corner, drives it in the middle,
and that's the first goal. It's Raja Mohan.
The 2-goal cushion will really put Chinese Taipei out of this tie. And once again now, De Silva, as we mentioned about that 2-goal cushion.
Here's Razik driving that in. That's the third goal for Sri Lanka.
challenge, and that's been the kind of day. But Kellogg makes no mistake to give for Sri Lanka.
Here's a shot, and that's the first goal.
You are our family and we are your family. This family together, we need to take this game forward that the country went through in 2022 in terms of economy, in terms of business, education, Aragalaya. Then again, we went through a suspension period. So lots of hardship. But one thing we had in common was we were together. Whatever the differences we had in the past or in football, when it come to football, when it come to federation, when it come to governance, we all of us were united together. We fought against the suspension. We fought against the interference. We fought against political involvements, but all 67 we were together. This unity is something that makes us different from all other sports. We have 78 sports, I think, in the country registered, but we are so much of different. We are different from other sports because when it comes to important matters, national matters, government matters, we are together. This is the only way our game, our country's football can go forward. Sometimes we'll have differences, sometimes we'll have opinions, sometimes we'll have elections. It doesn't matter. We can have our own opinion. You can choose whoever you want. That's different. But when we are together, if you want to protect our game, if you want to take our game, we are one family.
A landslide first half came to an end a short while ago as Ratnam have conceded 5 in the first 45 minutes and have only been able to score once in match 23 of week 5 of this Super League organized by the Football Federation of Sri Lanka. Ratnam, unfortunately, they have not been able to hold out their opponents as there have been goals galore from 4 different scorers. Benjamin York, with 2 goals, Yahya with 1, Naveen Jude with 1 and Mohammad Akib with 1. Upcountry, well, the coaches would have said let's have more of the same, but Kasun Jayasuriya, he still is unable to have these players follow his philosophy. Unfortunately, the results too have not been going their way, and this next 45 minutes will no doubt be a uphill task for them as a change is being made on the stroke of half time. It's Afzal going in and Nikesh, he has been substituted out as Ratnam will be hoping for a bit of pace from the incoming Afzal. Upcountry, well, they have been playing like the Lions they are and have dispatched Ratnam, and they will no doubt be hoping to not take the Mickey out of Ratnam, but the way things are going, there might even be a possibility that this be the highest scoring fixture of this tournament. There was one other team who managed 10 goals. But we are now in all readiness for this second half as Benjamin York kicks things off to the whistle of Shashika Madhushankar. The team in red will no doubt be hoping for more of the same, and I'm sure plenty of these forwards will be lining up to find themselves in the scorer sheet. Early corner and an early opportunity for the ball to be swung in by Zavan Johar. Da Costa finds himself being flung to the floor. Not too sure what really took place, but we'll have to wait and see on a replay as Madhushankar, the referee, wants to have a word with Da Costa, but we are back. The corner comes in, header Yahya, but unfortunately Da Costa wasn't able to find that finish. Quite upset are the Ratnam players, but there was a shout for a hand by Yahya. However, play continued and Da Costa wasn't able to finish. Now Ratnam with a hopeful ball forward, chased by Shoki Hakim, but this upcountry team quite skillfully works it from defense to attack. Hakim, the goal scorer, Akib rather, beg your pardon, receives the return ball, tries to take it over the defender. The coach is not too pleased, but he could have maybe gone for the shot. Instead chose to beat the defender. But another dangerous situation. Attack comes as it continues to flow. Naveen, the ball for Johar. Now hoists it into the box, but no takers as Ratnam, through their young number 23 Salif, the goal scorer, tries to look for a pass but is dispossessed. Now York finds Yahya, returns back to York, but the defender is up to it and they somehow clear their lines. Throw in taken quickly by Akil, receives it back. Nothing really on, so he gives it to his playmakers, but possession loses hands. Hakim unable to add enough power on that pass. Da Costa forced to go back. Quite an eventful first half now. I'm sure upcountry will be hoping for more of the same.
Yeah, definitely, Romario. Lions would have preferred a bit more goals in that first half. as here's Yahya. Again his effort blocked. Sasanga Dilhara finds that man running up front. Salif on the right. Cross. Tempted cross. Goes out for a corner. Now these are the opportunities that Ratnam needs to take advantage of. By the looks of it, Salif is holding his left hamstring, needing some attention. Is it? Dead ball situations are key for the men in blue. As Francis Chikaruba goes up front, Sasanga Dilhara to take this corner. Takes it short. Salif, again not the best of deliveries. York up front for Akib. On the right against the goalkeeper, coming out, brilliantly saved. Brilliant stuff coming from the Ratnam custodian, Tiventara Mevinshan. Showing his bravery against the on-rushing Mohammad Akib. Getting a slight touch to it. And recovering on the rebound as well. Salif the man down. Yes, looks like it's his left hamstring.
Ominous signs for Ratnam. Midfielder hobbles off as he seems to be unable to put any weight on his right foot. Left foot rather, beg your pardon. Forced off as Sharif helps him off. This was that opportunity where Akib thought he had his second of the evening, but a good save from the keeper. Da Costa heads it forward, finds Akib. Pressured there and pressured into losing possession. Francis with all his experience. Da Costa now clears his lines as yes, indeed there is a change being made. Salif is off as Safrik finds himself joining the fray. Long throw falls to Hakim, trying to dance his way through but isn't able to do so. Da Costa clears his lines, finds Johar as Francis somehow gets in the way, disrupts. Now the goal scorer for Ratnam, looking for a support player but the pass goes behind him. Jude Subhan left short but he recollects. Now the through ball, searching for Benjamin York but he still hasn't given up. Francis clearing his lines. Unfortunately the two forwards not on the save wavelength as Jay Sushan's header went astray. Yahya finds his teammate, calling for players to make the runs. As Da Costa clears but gets a good piece out of Hakim. The upcountry coach isn't too happy with this, but unfortunately Hakim gets inadvertently kicked at by Benjamin York, beg your pardon, Da Costa. Takes his own cool time and gets back to his feet. Play resumes. Ball floated in but let go by two Ratnam players. Save there by the keeper. He had to punch it away and he did expertly, as Yahya took that shot on the turn. Well, in fact it's Benjamin York. That sublime first touch makes sure he sets it up for himself to take that shot. Another one on target, corner, but unfortunately unable to find the back of the net was Asat. Ratnam still unable to keep that ball with them, but it has been a drastically different show for Upcountry, as a lovely ball is played across the face of goal. Now Naveen trying to find that cutback, but just crowded out there by the Ratnam defenders. They did everything right, Navod, apart from finding the back of the net there on that occasion.
Yes, Ratnam's Mohammad Hamadan doing well to come in between that intended pass from Naveen to Benjamin York. Almost the same thing what Yahya did. It was what Muhammad Azad was demonstrating. But Ratnam will take this free kick. Dilhara. Here's Shwaki Hakim. His left-footed effort blocked. Throw in for the men in blue. They take the free kick quickly. Lions. Brilliant pass to find Zarwan Johar. Good control. But Zarwan's finish lacking on that occasion. But a fantastic pass from Naveen Jude to find the onrushing Zarwan Johar. You see, wonderful first touch. Not the second from Zarwan Johar. The 15 minutes gone. Still no goals in this second half. Naveen on the left. Still going. Naveen Jude towards the byline. Francis Shikaruba heads. And Sasanga Dilhara clears for Ratnam.
Danger for Ratnam, but they somehow managed to clear their lines. However, wave after wave of pressure by the Upcountry Lions, and well, if we thought things weren't going well enough for Upcountry, here's an opportunity with his left, hits the upright, still under pressure are the Ratnam defenders, but Naveen Jude isn't able to find the target. However, that was Johar's final act of this first half, second half rather, as he's replaced by Mohammad Ishan, and well, he's another electric player. As we have a look at that replay, the keeper was beaten all ends up. Unfortunately for Akib, he wasn't able to find the back of the net. The ball did not curve enough. Now Ishan getting into the thick of the action. Here's York, finds Yahya. He plays it and let loose by Naveen. Harsha recollects, looking for options, beats the first man and wins a free kick for his team. Yugesh Raj was the offender, as Upcountry Lions now with an opportunity. As we have a look at the replay again, quite late, but he was taken out. Naveen with his educated right foot will be no doubt looking to plant this ball into the dangerous area. Low kick still alive, as it's cut back by Yahya. Unfortunately, no takers on that occasion. Mevinshan under immense pressure throughout this whole campaign continues to ship, but the keeper has still been continued to start for his team. Now Francis beating a couple of players, looking for a reverse pass, doesn't find his teammate, as Da Costa finds Yahya. He gives it out to his supporting player, as Upcountry look to mount yet another attack. Harsha this time kicks out and will find his name being taken by the referee. That was a bit reckless there, Navod, by Harsha.
Yes, I thought so too. Foul in anger after he was pushed over. The ball was miles away from him. Francis sends the ball to the edge of the box. Headed out by Jude Suban. Hakim. Ratnam under pressure. Afsal loses possession, and it's Upcountry ball. Harsh Fernando. Suban. Akil Now nearly 20 minutes gone in this second half. Lions still haven't been able to score. Ratnam would consider this as a win, but they need to keep at it. It's not that Upcountry Lions haven't created any chances. The luck has been on Ratnam's side as well. They've been much more compact and composed compared to the first half. The men in blue. Ball towards Akib, who brushes Francis Shigeruba, and once again it's that man Tiventira Mevinshan who comes out and blocks that effort from Mohammad Akib. Not for the first time.
Certainly not. But now looking to counter was Upcountry. Unfortunately, a displaced pass. Great piece of keeping on that occasion by the keeper. He rushed out and somehow managed to stick his leg out and got a toe to it. Francis too soft on that occasion, but great strength shown by Mohammad Akib as well. Well, we thought for all money he would make it 6, but wasn't able to do so. Now Benjamin York, but the flag goes up. Did everything right, did York, but unfortunately was called offside. That was the replay, but had just strayed offside.
Ratnam playing with fire with that high line of defense. If they are employing that high line of defense, they need to have Tiventira Mevinshan at least on the edge of the box. Akil, Yahya, back to Yahya. Azad loses possession, but Upcountry Lions still has possession. Ball towards York, who chested down Ersan. Putting back in Yahya. Amin Jude kills the ball, cuts back in, takes a shot. Only gets the side netting. But once again, Amin Jude, some brilliant work.
What a sublime passage of play on that occasion. From the pass to the take, it was all looked too good to be true. He managed to get the shot away as well, but unfortunately away from that near post, as Akib has played his final part in this game, and he has been replaced by Tikshana. Ratnam looking for that winger, but Jude Suban has no difficulty whatsoever in clearing things out on that occasion. Ishan looked to wriggle his way through, but wasn't able to do so. Loses out on possession. Now Ratnam. Da Costa expertly keeps a cool head on his shoulders as the two combine and they play their way out from the back. Yahya Looking for that pass, finds his teammate in space. Now Naveen Jude down that left hand side has been worrying the winger, cuts back in, looking for support. Harsha takes a shot, but just strays over, doesn't trouble the keeper, as Upcountry's quest for more in this second half has not yielded too many, none in fact, as we come to an end of that quarter, as we go into the hydration break, the second one of the game. The scoreline remains 5-1 in favour of Upcountry, but a much improved quarter by the Ratnam team, but not forgetting that they did yield a couple of occasions. Unfortunately, Upcountry weren't able to add the finishing touch, as Tevintara Mevinshan has been solid in goal. These are the opportunities where Upcountry found the back of the net. Well, in fact, these were a few opportunities that they missed, that went astray, but there were quite a number of them, as York missed not once but twice. Jude has been troubling Ratnam and their defense. Akib, he had a chance or two. This was arguably the most eye-catching opportunity which went astray. Tevintara Mevinshan, though, in the second half, he has been sublime in goal, making more than 4 saves. Upcountry have found themselves striking the upright, but we are still from where we began in that second half. Upcountry had plenty of opportunities, in fact. However, they have not been able to find the end product in this second half, but I'm sure that does not trouble them too much, because they are already leading 5-1. Mevinshan looking to his defender. T-Boy Francis hoofs it up field. Hakim wins possession, plays an audacious pass, just does not find his teammate in the right place at the right time. Francis gifts possession away, but somehow manages to win it back. No, he doesn't. Now Jude with an opportunity. Well defended there by Hamdan. Came good at the right moment. Yahya looking for support. Finds his teammate, but then they are dispossessed. Ratnam conceding possession. Ishan finds himself glued to this near touchline. Yahya receives it back. Sasanga Dilshan with his bit of safe feet there. Ishan finding his teammate as York finds Yahya. Pinball in the heart of the Upcountry attack, but the referee calls for a bit of assistance, as there seems to be a Ratnam player in a bit of strife now.
Yes, their goal scorer, Mohammad Sharik. Looked to be an unintended stamp on his ankle by Mohammad Azad. On his fingers, rather. You don't see that often in modern day football. The shirt tucked in by Da Costa Empem. Jules Subban, Akil, Empem, Hassan, York, Akil loses possession. Sasanga Dilhara brings it forward, trying to find the on-rushing Yugesh. Jules Subban had it covered. Azad. Tikshana carve in there to Harsha Fernando. York. Yaya. Looking for options. Harsha Fernando on the edge of the box. Foul by Harsha Fernando on Mohammad Hamadan. Francis. Naveen. Misplaced pass. Foul by Azad. There shouldn't be any argument on that. Clear as day. Foul on Spriti John J. Suhashan. Nearing the final 10 minutes.
Francis cleaning things up, but unable to clear his lines. However, wins his team a free kick, as the second half has been much better for Ratnam than a torrid first 45, but the scoreline doesn't read any better for them, as Kaushalya finds his opponent as Yahya, looking for a pass to York. His dink beats Ishan, but he does really well. He's infringed, but does great work to stay on his feet. Here's an opportunity for upcountry. Yahya trying to find a pass, but his team unable to do so for the upcountry Lions, as we have 3 substitutions being made by upcountry, as number 23, 18 and 12 makes their way into the field. Asad, Akil and Benjamin York are the players who make their way out.
Triple substitution for Upcountry Lions. Jersey number 13,
Jetushan,
Mohammad Azad.
Sandesh and Gihan Ishara make their way into the field as game time is being handed out to the replacements. The goal scorer for Ratnam wins a throw in for his team, as Hakim tries to fight and keep hold of possession, manages to do so. Hopeful delivery, however no takers, as Jude receives the ball from his keeper. Now Yahya looking for Fernando. Receives it back, does Yahya. Now goes for that diagonal pass, but this time around a bit too much on it, as Tiventara Mevinshan takes as long as he can to clear his lines. Hakim gets a foot on it, but doesn't find his teammate. Abdul Basit, one of the substitutes, finds Ishan. Now Jude plays it out to Da Costa. Returned back as Jude Subban looks for Basit. Down the right, he has Ishan with him. Good defensive play there by Jesushan, as Yahya this time looks for Fernando, but just over his head, as he is unable to keep it in the field of play. Steam running out in this game for both teams. We were hoping for more from Upcountry in the second half, but credit should go to Ratnam for holding them out.
Mohammad Hamadan, the man down for Ratnam.
Has been a game of two halves, as the first yielded 6 goals, but the second is yet to. And now, by the looks of it, few changes are being prepared for Ratnam, but they will all have to come into the field of play after this throw-in. Hakim isn't able to win the ball. Now through delivery, Francis calls for his keeper, and quite shaky. But Mevinchan somehow dives over the delivery. Ratnam still looking to play the ball forward. Unfortunately for them, no takers. Yeah. Jude Subban looking for a run, but finds Naveen Jude cutting back in. Now Yahya for that reverse pass. Unable to get it over the head of Francis. But here's Ishan trying to dance his way through. Took his shot, did Naveen, but there were too many bodies in front of him. Still Yahya pulling the strings from that deeper role. These three have been immense for upcountry. There were changes made, but nothing in the heart of the team. Now Yahya lining up the shot, takes the shot just wide of the dive in Mevinchan. Looked like there was a save that was made, but the changes are being made. That's the end of the evening for Shoki Hakim. As we have a look at that replay again. Great shot. In fact, it grazed the net while it was going out. But that was another opportunity for upcountry. Unfortunately, unable to find the back of the net still in this second half. Time soon running out. Yahya looking for support. Receives the second ball. Does the substitute Kavind Theekshana rather, but isn't able to make anything out of it as it trickles out for a goal kick. Another tough afternoon of football for Ratnam as their slump continues. 5 games without a win. The only positive though will be that they were able to find that solitary goal, being their first goal of the campaign. But apart from that, not too much resistance. Ishan loses out to the goal scorer for Ratnam. But again, possession handed over. Here's Naveen receiving it and cutting back inside. Now looking for that important pass as Naveen receives it back. Dancing feet inside the box, trying to find space for that shot. Here's the space, but Sasanga Dilhara gets in the way. Yahya cutting it with his instep, but just unable to beat that line of defenders. Corner taken short. Ishan looking for support, goes through, but the ball is cleared out of any danger. Ahmad Sharif finds Yahya. He finds his teammate who loses out on possession. Pressure coming in as Ratnam lose the ball in the danger area yet again. Now Ishan looking for Yahya. He tries to thread the needle but is unable to do so. Da Costa holding fort at the back. Wave after wave of attack. Will they be able to score this time? Naveen Well blocked out, but still cross coming in. Yahya controls, gets the shot away. Here's an opportunity, but the ball trickles out for a corner. There still is more life left in this game. 4 minutes of added time being shown by the third official. Harsha takes a corner shot, looking for the second ball, but this time around the Ratnam defense holds firm. Asun Jayasuriya still with plenty left to say to his team. Mevinshan finds his teammate in space, but the defender goes to the ball first. Up country from deep. Yahya finds Basit. Driving down the right, Ishan cuts back inside, finds Yahya. He looks for Harsha, but just a bit too much on that occasion as the ball beats the man. Ratnam about 2.5 minutes away from having a rare goalless half. Hamadan, he has been quite good in this second half at the back, but ball retention is something that they continue to lack, are the Ratnam players. Jude turning, swiveling, trying to get away, manages to do so, plays it short for Yahya. Basit looking for his teammate, receives the ball back. Now Ishan, nothing really on, so finds Yahya deep. Basit looking for a pass, but doesn't really find that potent pass. Now Ishan with an opportunity down the right, heading back inside. Unfortunately, he loses out. Pressure though still on as Basit trying to switch the play. Goes back to Jude Suban. He goes on his bike. Upcountry Lions still somehow trying to hold on, but unable to do so was Basit on that occasion. They seem to be a well-drilled outfit. The team in red have already scored 21 goals from their 5 games and are looking red hot. Ratnam, on the other hand, will have plenty to left to ponder. Nothing has gone their way throughout this whole campaign, and things only look as if it's going from bad to worse. Fans looking on. There's the full-time whistle. Shashanka Madhushanka, the referee, blows for full-time as Upcountry Lions dispatch Ratnam 5-1. Nothing much to talk about in the second half apart from the number of opportunities that Upcountry Lion did not put away. For Ratnam, on the other hand, they will be pleased that their defense somehow managed to hold firm in the second half. But that is very little respite for a Ratnam team, who is going down and going down at a rate of knots. Both teams congratulating each other and the referees, as the final score reads 5-1 in favor of Upcountry Lions, as the table toppers continue on their merry way, leaving Ratnam with their wounds to lick. A 5-goal first half meant that Upcountry Lions were taking this game easily. The second half, though, was a drastically different one, with neither team able to break the deadlock in that second 45. Smiles on the face of the Upcountry players. Harsha and Shehan share a moment as Upcountry Lions are coasting in this FFSL Super League 2026. Ratnam, drastically different, on the other hand, are at the foot of the table and left with plenty to ponder upon, as things aren't going any better for Ratnam. 5-1 reads the full-time score from the game between Ratnam Sports Club and Upcountry. Here are a few highlights from that game. The keeper came good for Ratnam in the second half, keeping out his opponents. But that didn't mean that chances weren't there. They were plentiful, as the goalkeeper stood firm. Upcountry hit the upright on a few occasions. However, Ratnam Sports Club somehow managed to hold on in that second half. This was one of the sublime saves from Mevinshan. Naveen Jude tried, but he managed only the base of the net. There were a few yellow cards, but opportunities weren't put away, as the second half of this game came to an end with 31 shots from Upcountry and just 6 from Ratnam. 8 of them were on target for Upcountry, while Ratnam were only able to find the target on one occasion, from which they scored. There were corners, but that played very little part in this game. Here is the updated points table. Upcountry Lions flying high, unbeaten, and sitting pretty on top with 15 points, with 5 wins from 5. Renown and Colombo FC are the only other 2 unbeaten teams, as Seahawks, Blue Eagles, Red Star and Blue Star are in the mid-table range. New Youngs, Defenders and Ratnam are the 3 teams yet to find a W, as the Super League 2026 heats up. We are 5 weeks into the competition as there are 2 more fixtures left to play in this 5th week of action. Defenders will play Seahawks tomorrow, and round week 5 will be wrapped up as New Youngs play Blue Star on the 18th. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is all we have for you from Sugatadasa. After gripping the first half by Upcountry, they seal another comfortable 5-1 victory as Ratnam fall to their 5th defeat of the season. I am Romario De Silva signing off alongside Navod and our technical and production crew. Until we see you tomorrow evening, it's thank you and goodbye.